Hi, everyone. I am Lisa Avila. I'm a business strategist working with entrepreneurs. And today I am talking with Tricia Gunberg, a Reiki master and numerologist. And we are going to talk about the number 3, which I am so excited about because last month, March was the number 2, which was connection. And so this month, she's going to tell us all about number 3. Hi, Tricia. Welcome.
I'm glad to be back, and I'm happy that we're talking to entrepreneurs about the energy of the number 3. We have 2024 that is about, it's the infinity sign. It's the 8 on its side when we add all the digits. And then April is the 4th month, so we add that to 8. That's a 12. We got to add that 12 again. 1 plus 2 is a 3. And now, okay, I have been doing this business and I didn't know when I started my numerology that was going to lead me to Reiki. And I certainly at the time didn't know it would lead me to being an author. And so I used this system to write my book, which is no small feat. And now I'm fast forwarding. See, that's why I said 2014 or earlier, because that's why I said it, because I've been working on it this long and I've learned a lot about creative expression, and that is the energy of the number 3. And you might think that taking a ceramics class has nothing to do with your business, and I'm telling you, entrepreneurs, it has everything to do with your business. Isn't that crazy? To
Well, I
as
like that
being,
actually.
that's what we're here to do. Yeah, Lisa's like, duh. Don't make me take a ceramics class. It's about being vulnerable and about creating. And when you're trying to create your logo, you might get the download of what your logo needs to look like when you're drinking wine, getting drunk, and doing a watercolor that looks ridiculous. You might be like, oh, this shade of peach is turning me on, or and so it's like um, you didn't sign up for the class in order to get your logo done, but is in that relaxed creative mode. Hopefully you're relaxed, that you really can, that flow starts with that,
Yes,
your business. And you have to be so creative all the time.
all the time.
All the
Yes, and I love that you said flow because so many of my clients come to me because they are not in flow. They are so
see,
stuck.
I told you how important how important this is. It is. It doesn't matter if you're a watercolorist or a manicurist or whatever it is. When you're promoting yourself, you get to the point where you feel tapped out. So we've got the energy of this month of April to help us, and we'll have specific dates on the calendar, which I'll show them in the show notes what those very specific dates are. And then I know that you have tools for creating, for entrepreneurs. And then I have a couple tips. So what are
Oh, okay.
tools that you have?
Yeah. So sometimes, people think, well, wait, why would I go and do that? I just need strategy and I need a marketing plan,
They're
right?
really
In their business
core brain.
or just,
Do the work.
yes, yes. And you know me, I get that way. I'm pretty type A, but also I wanted to think about my vision and I want my clients to think about their vision. And you need to really sit with yourself and get in your flow to be able to do that. So I love a good vision board.
Ah,
And now, it got to the point where I wasn't going to spend $100 on magazines and then go out and buy a poster board and go to Michael's. And so it's like, ugh, now you can do it on Canva. Now you can do it on
oh,
Pinterest.
brilliant. Brilliant.
Yes. And so I created my last vision board for Poppy Grove on Canva. And so you're just finding all these pictures and, things that you love.
That really resonates
And you,
with you.
yes,
Yes.
yes, of
And
what you want, right? I had a
so,
beach.
I really
I
like,
had all these things.
yeah.
Yes. And so then you can send it to the printer. And I picked mine up at Staples. I didn't have to have glue and tape and all the things. I just did it on Canva.
I love that.
That, it was fun. Yeah. And then you hang it somewhere in your office where you see it every single day. And it reminds you, oh, yeah, that's what I'm working toward. Oh, yes, I do love yoga. I do love meditation. I love hiking. Why don't I go do that? Go to the
Ah,
ocean.
that's a
You
brief.
and I love the ocean,
Yes.
right? To expand that creativity. And, it's a funny thing, but every single client of mine that I talk to, we have our best ideas in the shower, right? Because, and I don't know if that's true for
That
you,
makes
but
a lot of sense. You're washing away your gook. That's another point that I have to make it. That's literally a thing. That's literally a thing. You're washing away that layer of gunk so that you can get
yeah,
the downloads.
yes,
It's an energy.
yes,
Yes. So there's
right,
other ways of getting rid of that gunk. And this is one of the tips, and we've talked about this already about the handwriting. And that is a tip from the Artist Way, is that you just set a timer. I say 10 minutes, either like 10 minutes or 3 pages. If it really hurts you to write, set it for 5. And you just write, just whatever comes to your mind, and you're taking the trash out. That's the same thing as the taking the showers. You're cleaning that out of your way so that you can get the downloads on the creativity. But you have to take the trash out. Can you imagine you work in your kitchen every day and you never take the trash out? So yeah. So imagine
yeah, good
that's
point.
your brain, that's your business right here, and you never take the trash out. And you're sitting there wondering why you're not getting any creative downloads. So
Yes,
writing is a way, right? Being outside is a good way. You mentioned meditation. And then if people
yes,
are really stuck, the artist way. I'm making my second way through that book, and you will not believe the untapped resource that you are for creativity if you work yourself through that book. And you're like, well, I'm not.
absolutely.
Yes, you are. If you're an entrepreneur, and you are creating your own business and you're trying to be unique and you're trying to create connection, right? That was last month, create connection.
Yep.
And this month is about creatively expressing yourself. And you
Yeah.
need to be vulnerable to do that. And the artist way, yes, vulnerable. Oh, gonna heal.
Big deep breath.
I'm
Big deep
not.
breath.
Yes, you are.
I know.
It'll get you out of your stuck spot.
And get you out of your own way, which is really what happened to me when I did Julia Cameron's The Artist Way, because yeah, I just got out of my own way. And
Yep.
I wrote every single morning. I took myself on a weekly date. And you and I have another video about this. And it's in when we talk about the universal 8, right?
Yeah.
Year 8 for
To get
2024. And we go into more detail about
yes,
this, but it really is a great way to clear your mind and think of all the creative things about you that maybe you didn't realize. Like for me, I would never, ever consider myself an artist since my high school teacher told me that I was a terrible artist. And so when I think of drawing, I think, oh no. But actually, here I am collaborating with people, creating videos,
right.
creating companies. So
Doodling,
yeah, that's an
doodling
artist.
logos on the side.
Yes, yes, right? Yeah, that's artistic. So that's, it's just kind of a mindset shift. I had a couple more resources. One is another one in Canva where you can create a branding guide. And that's
Oh,
where, and there are templates in there, but that's where you can go in for your business
nice.
and, just get all the colors in order. Get
Mm-hmm.
the feel of your business,
Yeah.
how you want it to
And
feel.
you're good
So
at,
that when you're,
if anybody's, you're good at that, grabbing the colors and then repeating the colors. You're good.
oh,
So it's good that you're
thank you.
helping.
Well, you don't have to be on social media to grow your business. You really don't. But
But
it is very helpful.
mhm.
And so the less
I like having,
painful you can make it.
oh, you have a website? Yes, you do. Yeah. And they like to hear that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Or, oh, yeah, I'm on Instagram or,
Yep.
whatever. So if you have your branding guide all set, your
Mhm.
fonts, your colors, how you want your business to feel, then it's all there in Canva and you can create templates and then
Nice.
that just sparks
Great.
creativity because then it's not so like like homework. It's more of,
Yeah.
ooh, I get to express
Yep.
what I want to say and how I
Pull.
want
You're
to
not
feel.
just trying to pull it out of thin air. You give them both those tools: the tool for creating the vision board and the little tool to create the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Yep.
tool and
And
prompt.
like it's a branding guide. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one I wanted to talk about was just another meditation that I just love. So you are taking a bath, right? You need that. Look, I am a mom of 3 kids. I need that alone time. Lock myself in the
Lock the
bathroom,
door.
and that never goes away no matter what age they are. So, nightly bath. Okay, I'm finished. I pull the drain and everything that I don't want in my head anymore, and it's usually business stuff, down the drain, and I visualize it going down the drain. Being, I don't know, just you've had a bad day or you didn't get that client that you wanted or whatever it may be, down the drain, because you know what?
That's,
Tomorrow is a new day.
that's a good visual.
And that
Yep.
it helps me sleep, right? Then I wake up and kind of start over. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
a great tip. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
it's like, oh, there you
So,
are. All right. All right. I know I'm talking too much. We got to wrap it
no,
up here.
yeah, I was just checking the timer there. But we're going to go over again just real quick. One is
Please.
starting something new. Two is about creating connection. Three is about creative expression. Four is about long term goals. Five is about creating change. Six is about creating and increasing your harmony. Seven is about research. Eight is about finance. And nine is about helping others. And we're going to be talking to them about the rest of these numbers too.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So, May,
stay tuned,
yeah, May.
right? For May. Yeah. And May will be here before we know it. But yes, so we will meet again in May and talk about that number. And in the meantime, go to the show notes where we will have links to all of these things,
All the
the calendar, right? So you can
Mhm.
see the dates
We'll
for
let you
April.
geek out with some of the math too if you really wanna.
If you really want to geek
Really
out,
out with your numerology. All right.
yeah,
We'll see you in May.
yeah.
Okay.
See you in May.